Ladies and gentlemen, do you own a Trailblazer LS or any variant of this Trailblazer? This is a 2006 Trailblazer, and today I'm replacing one of these. This is the Evap Vent for emissions. Throw that on the ground. All you need is a little baby screwdriver. Just remove the clips and let's get in there. I'll go show you. Okay, a little bit rough, but here we go. Got one hand on the right here, other hand right there, over here. So on the back side, I'm gonna show you in a minute how it looks normally, but if you squeeze right here in the back, these little clips, they will release. Okay, so usually it's gonna be set like that. Let me see if I get the replacement. Hold on, let me show you. It's tight quarters, so bear with me. There we go. So this is how it sits in there. In fact, we're just gonna go ahead and start installing it, but whatever that was, it just fell on my chest. I don't like it. So wear goggles. Anyway, so this, if you notice this little tube here, this hose connects there. And there's a button right here on the back. So when you remove the old one, all you do is you push down here and it's gonna release and you're gonna pull out just gently because you don't want to break that little clip that's right there. Okay? It's pressure activated, that's how it releases. And then on the other side, once you've done that, grab that little baby screwdriver and pry open that little section right here, just the center. Just barely pry it up, just like a hair. Not even a millimeter, just enough so that way it slides right out. Okay, and this is where the clip, that's where that metal clip sits. See how that works? Okay, so it'll sit inside. That's how it mounts. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is and then once you've released it, then you unplug it. Be very careful, okay, because you don't want to damage that wire. So once you've actually unplugged it, then you can just remove it. Now this is the replacement, the new one, and just do the complete opposite. All right? And this is the finished product, brand new, okay? See that tab, that metal tab right there in the middle? You're gonna wanna push that back down, okay? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's get in there. Ugh. Oh, can't reach it because I have big arms. So you notice, here we go. It helps if you have a nice jack. That'll probably work out. And it's probably easier if you squeeze that thing in there before, but see how it's gonna wanna fall out now. So I'm really probably gonna have to pull that back out and then just squeeze it down a little bit. Let's do that really fast. Let's just push down on it real hard. Give it some pressure, okay. Boom, there we go. Nice and clipped, ain't going anywhere. All right, this usually just clips in. On the back side of this, the electrical is actually plugged in. And if you notice, we have your differential right here, the pumpkin, okay? Your drive shaft, and it's gonna be on the, just right by the fuel tank, right above the fuel tank. So don't blow yourself up, okay? All right, that's it, guys. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, sort of. All right, so here's this little machine I like to keep handy, keep around. It's the OBD2 sensor, and I had scanned these codes earlier before, like a week ago, because I was having this problem of idling. So I got a P171 and a 496. The 496 is the one that triggered me on to doing this whole thing to begin with. I got another clip after this that'll explain my little oops and bloopers. So the 171 I thought was a result of the 496, but you'll soon see why that's not correct. So that being said, if you want one of these things, I'm going to leave a link in the description down there for the Amazon store. So if you use Amazon like I do, click that link. It'll send you over there. And yeah, if you see that right there, I erase all the code on that thing. But since then, it's running fine. But I had all the idle, the rough idle, all of that stuff. So yeah, pick one of these up. Super, super good, super cool. And you know, it gives you a starter point when you're out there trying to fiddle around figuring out the stupid check engine light. So some places they used to charge for that, but if you get one of these, it's like one time buy, and you can kind of, you know, test the mechanics and not look like a goofball. So check it out. Guys, I'm back to YouTube. So quick message though. I want to go ahead and give you guys a quick disclaimer that P496, that actually pings for a canister purge valve. Okay, so I messed up and I replaced the canister vent valve, which it still solved my problem. But that 496, just to clarify, the 496 is the the purge valve, not the vent valve. So when you look it up, Google it, the purge valve is a completely different part located more closer to the engine block. So it's like on the driver's side. That's actually the valve that you want to start with for that 496. The 455 is going to be the vent, the evap canister vent valve. That's the one I replaced. It solved my problem. I had the rough idle, all of that stuff. The same symptoms that you would have for the purge valve. You know, it'll also say check your fuel cap, all of that. So all that stuff, same thing, everything. I had the same symptoms, rough idle. It was saying I was misfiring on some of my cylinders. Then there's that P0171. P0171, that one is actually, usually it's mass airflow sensor problem, so you have to replace that, which is a $70 part for that Trailblazer. I had to go back and look everything up. So, but that P0171 actually triggered because the guy who changed the air filter for me, which was like, you should just do it yourself, honestly, really. But he had it open. And he's like, hey, it's only like 20 bucks or whatever, or 10 bucks or whatever it was. So I was, I'll toss it in. Well, he forgot to replace or tie down the screws, because that Trailblazer has a cover for that air filter. Well, it came apart completely, including the valve that goes in to that whole entire evap system, or the, you know, the whatever you call that, the throttle body and all that area. So that little valve, that little tube came up. So then I started getting hit with a 171. So make sure all that's put together all the time. So anyway, since it's been over 24 hours and the vehicle runs super smooth all of a sudden, and the gas, I was eating up so much gas and I couldn't figure it out. And so there you go, problem solved. Anyway, hope this helped you guys. Consider using the link down, the Amazon link, to make a purchase of your own. It'll help me out and welcoming me back to YouTube. Anyway, check out, I already said it, Breaker Podcast. Later.